Happy Sunday, everyone. How are you on this first Sunday of August? Can you believe August is here yet? It's unbelievable. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about a tent for God. And so I'm hoping that at home, kiddos, you have building blocks and all kinds of things. And I'd like to encourage you to build a tent out of those supplies that you have at home. Also, when I was a kid, one of the best things we did was build a tent with a box fan and a big sheet, and the sheet was held down with books. Have you ever done that? That was so much fun, and we used to take naps in there and play in there. So if you have a box fan and a sheet, you should try it at home or just build yourself a tent. That is really fun to do. So if you received the sheets, the activity today is a tent for God stained glass church. And what you're supposed to do is punch these parts out, and then on this top part here, because you're going to fold it over like this, you are supposed to make stained glass. And you can do that with tissue paper or crayons or markers or whatever you might have at home. And then you're going to want to glue this down to it, and then you have this beautiful stained glass window. You also would have received this sheet here that has a story to read together. And then it has some ideas on the back, like playtime. That's where creating a tent, or look it up if you have the Deep Blue Kids Dictionary, spend time together, make a place to worship and pray. And then playtime, it says, take turns creating scavenger hunts for one another for small items. Search for the items on one another's list. See who can build the best building out of the objects he or she finds. That sounds fun, doesn't it? I like scavenger hunts. So this month, we are going to hear stories from the Bible about worship. When we worship, we are sharing with God and one another that we love God and think that God is important to us. Through our worship, we honor and thank God. I wonder, how do you feel today? I feel great. We've had lots of rain, yes, but it was so nice outside, like temperatures in the 70s in July, and that made me really happy. What's one thing that happened in your community this week that you really liked? I bet you can think of something. So now let's listen to our Bible story. Our Bible story is titled A House for God, and it comes from Exodus 25 through 31:15, and then 35:4 through 40:38. Once again, Moses went up to the mountain to talk to God. Moses said, God, I want the people to build a special place to worship me. Everyone had a special job to do. Some of the people were builders. They made beautiful chests and tables out of wood. Then they covered the wood with gold. Some of the people could sew. They made curtains out of purple and blue cloth. Some people made special clothes for the priest to wear. God told them to make a special gold box called the Sacred Chest or Ark of the Covenant. They put the special rules called the 10 Commandments inside the box. People also brought gifts to use in the building, the special place to worship God. Some people brought gold and silver. The gold and silver was used to make beautiful things for the place of worship. Some people brought sweet-smelling spices. The spices would be used to make the place of worship smell good. The place of worship was called the tabernacle. It was a very large tent. Every time the people moved to a new place, they took the tabernacle with them. The place of worship reminded the people that God was with them. Do you have a special place where you go to worship God? Well, here at Overbrook United Methodist Church, we have a beautiful church building, don't we? Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we haven't been able to worship inside, but we have been, since the first Sunday in June, able to worship outside together. Now, we don't have all of our special items that are in the church, like the baptismal font or we have a pulpit, don't we? Yeah, we sure do. Or the offering plates, or some of the other things that we have within our church building itself. Someday we will get to worship inside again. So, what reminds you of God? There's a lot of things that remind me of God. You know, when a new baby is born, that reminds me of God. And it doesn't matter if it's a human like you and I, or little bitty kittens or puppies or baby chicks, which we had at our house this week. It was kind of exciting because one of our hens actually laid on them. And so we have these little bitty chicks at our house. And we may be having more in the future. So why don't we say our Bible verse together? It's a new Bible verse for this month, and it comes from Psalm 100, verse 1. And this is what it is. Shout triumphantly to the Lord, all the earth. Very short, isn't it? How about you say it with me, and I'll put it on the screen. Shout triumphantly to the Lord, all the earth. Psalm 100, verse 1. Good job. So as we close our Sunday school time together, I want to say, God be with you. And you say, and also with you. So let's try that. God be with you. Good job. Can you say that to everyone in your house and teach them how to do that? God be with you and also with you. So may God be with you this week as you spend your time preparing for going back to school and worshiping God and having fun with your friends and family. So I'll see you again next week, or maybe later at church. Bye, everyone.